Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves. Another day, no dollar within Raidshadowlegends. Today we are conquering the last floor on Soulcross. I haven't completed the whole of Curse City yet. I've got one door boss to complete down here, and then I'm completely finished once again with this content. So today's video is actually taking on S20. S20 is absolute torture. It only took me 4 runs to do this, so I'm pretty happy with it. Honestly, I've done some regearing, some reworking, and basically put some artifacts that actually really help you guys to complete this content yourself. So as you can see here, we are packing a punch with these champions. To be honest, these are probably the best champions for it. If you don't have these champions, I feel very sorry for you, especially with this floor. It's very difficult. In all the other videos I've done, there's multiple floors that could have other champions come in, slit in, right, and basically do that role that you're trying to do, like increase attack, decrease defense, so on, so on, so on. So this one's a bit of an annoying one for sure. Definitely RNG and Plarium love putting us through our whips with RNG. Sometimes, you know, when you battle this content, you're not just battling the champions and increase crazy stats. You are also battling RNG. You're battling weak hits. You're battling cleansing passive, especially with this one, and all sorts really that's going on. And one weak hit basically could end your run and make it a whole new reset if your gear is not S tier as well. I know when I first took this floor on, it took me, I don't know, hours and hours and hours. This is the same team we're actually running. A couple of the floors I've done, I've changed my teams slightly to be improvement, right? And make my life easier. And hopefully try and make your life easier as well. So you can see here, this is the complete team that we're using. You can see here, basically, again, with the whole of Soulcross, I'm saying basically is ignore defense, right? And you can see here, I'm not messing around. I got ignore defense for a whole of these champions, much cruelty as possible. It's a shame I don't have any 6-star, because 6-star Cushion Ram would have been pretty OP here. So there's a lot of damage potential here. We have the increased attack, we have the decreased defense, and then we have the critical damage buff as well on the A3 ability. So these all three do help increase your damage as well as doing a live arena Great Hall. I can't stress enough, if you're going to do the live arena Great Hall for Curse City, which I do recommend, make sure you're doing ignore defense first. It's so important, honestly. And that was probably my biggest life lesson to Curse City as well. Back in the day, you know, when we used to do faction wars and stuff, it used to be absolute RNG hell, trying to land them stun sets, etc. This is not the case no more. The case is now we're actually relying on damage, right? And I think that's actually much better, and that's how far the game has come, because it takes less RNG. If you're trying to do this with full stun sets, yeah, you're going to be there all day looking for that perfect run, right? So overall in here, again, I've only got one stun set here. That's it. That's all I've got here, so there's no point. Again, I am the fastest in SP2. You can see here, I'm not even close to leaderboard, to be honest. These must have insane gear. And you can see here, Cushion Ram and stuff like that really does help. But you can see in SP2, we are the fastest. So let's go into the run and let's see how we're doing this. All 3 waves honestly have their own problems and their own mechanics that you really got to key out for. It's not one of them floors where you only got 1 or 2 waves, which is difficult. All 3 of these floors honestly are really frustrating overall. So this one, you know, this main problem is you do too much damage, your lords are dead. So you know, you do need that revive champions for sure. Again, you can see here we've got bolster sets to help us. We could put in increased defense and decrease attack down to try and help us as well. We're trying stun. When you try and use this ability, please don't use this until weak affinity like I did, because otherwise you're not going to get anything like that. he has to crit to make sure he does his AU to do his second hit, and that's one thing to kind of take in consideration. Now you can see here I did get Allure killed by nuking into him, but hey ho, it is one of them ones. Second Allure is just alive by the skin of her teeth. It's been an absolute long day for me trying to do all this recording and get all these videos out for you guys. And yeah, it's been a interesting one this past weekend. We're extremely busy with content and custody, trying to get you guys all these videos I've been promising. I've done them all now. I've got the rest of the month off until next month. Hopefully play area on release floors I've already released videos on, and then I don't have to worry, right? Hopefully for next month, so it'll be one of them ones. So you can see there we've got the increase at the floor. The last two on the first stage is we've got the full cooldowns, trying to get all the cooldowns ready, and you can see here we've got 3 cleansers and then 2 increased resistance champions that can do an absolute nuke. If you don't lock these down, you're dead. You know, it's that simple. You know, you need to CC everyone pretty much. There is certain things that you could do, like for example, like JORRG won't do his cleanse straight away. He'll do his poison ability with the block boss, which is not pretty, but it's one of them ones, and it works like so. And then I'm pretty sure he does his ALURE protection, I'm pretty sure, and he does something before his cleanse as well. I think the increased speed ability or something like that. So you can see here we're going to go for all the stuns across the board. We've got defense down on everyone, trying to get the good RNG again on him. And then we're going to try and stun people. So I actually stunned the champion. I hit the champion that's already stunned because I know I'm going to crit him, right? So I should stun everyone else, but we do get a weak hit there on Death Bow. So then Death Bow is like, all right, I've got to kill him straight away or I know I'm dead, pretty much. 172,000 on Alure's A3. Now, we all forget about Alure's A3 because we're used to using the A2 and A1 for all the mechanics within a game. A3 is on a 6-turn cooldown, even when booked, is absolutely atrocious. So Merciless set is definitely a big recommendation. I did this floor before with Savage, and it was complete torture trying to get the cooldowns. Merciless is a massive upgrade, and obviously you're ignoring more defense as well. So we go for a one shot there. Again, we're going to use the Hazen Blaze here. Before we do this, let me down in the comments, how much damage do you think Allure is about to do with this ability? We only have to increase attack up, and then you got decreased defense on them. Yep, 213 across that. That's amazing, though. Just a complete one shot. And bear in mind, these two here, these 2 Iron Guts here, they got unkillable, right? They got passive ability that's unkillable, so that's even more annoying. So, my apologies, long day. We'll have a bit of a rest day Tuesday, I think. We can see here we get the provokes across the board, which is pretty nice. And then trying to get the sleeps across the board as well as get some damage out. And pretty much we are able to get everyone sleeped or provoked, which is very, very nice to see. Reprox's unkillable, which is nice to see as well. So we've got to try and kill them without dying and try and get our cooldowns down, which sounds simple as it does, but it's not that simple in all honesty, because these Allures are super squishy. You can see here I'm really paying attention, trying to go for a stun because somehow I woke him up. And then you can see like so that he's gone, which is pretty nice. And then it's just a case of trying to keep dropping the 10 meter, right? But with the resistance up, it's absolutely horrible. And I don't want to say I'll go build more accuracy, because if you build more accuracy, you lose more damage on your Allures, which is generally not worth it. So he goes ahead, kills my first Allure, which is a bit annoying. But we're still in this because we know that we killed most of them. Like I said, JORRG, before he cleanses or heals, he will do his poison ability, which actually worked in my case. So then we provoked Iron Gut here, which was nice. And then we revive Allure. try to get this back round. We get rid of Iron Gut, and then we unfortunately lose ALURE there, which is a bit annoying. This is why I like this dude over the other Orc reviver, because he actually puts veils on the Champions League revivers, which is very, very useful as well. And then you can see here, we get stuck on his floor for a while. We get stuck on him for weak hits and trying to revive before I go ahead. I mean, you can see here, I do revive everyone before we move on, which is very, very good to see. Because the next one is very tough, right? It's also double roast with Sifi, UDK, and PIECRED. I mean, that's a beautiful pairing. And then JORRG literally goes and decides to kill me here, and you don't want to hear what's coming out of my mouth. My mouth is like a potty mouth right now, you know? And yeah, I wasn't too impressed because I knew that I had to go into next wave with 4 champions only, which is really, really annoying. So again, increase attack. We basically, this could weak it on UDK, which it didn't, luckily. And then we go and put the decreased defense down. And we get a little bit of damage across the board as well. Law comes in, and you can see there we kill the Rodus. We need to kill the Necrid and Sifi. So if Mother Law was alive, this would have been a straight one pop there, and it wouldn't have been so bad. But now we only got one Allure. It's like because we've done that ability, her A3 is actually no good here, especially with against UDK. I mean, it can still kill UDK if it hits him, but that's if it doesn't weak it. If it weak hits, it's not night. Honestly, this was one of the worst ones for me on this. I actually just went with the A1 there because it's the multi-hitter. UDK with that AoE ability there, decrease attack, which is absolutely grim. But then he goes and kills my Law, and I'm like, oh, there goes all my damage dealers. Again, I do have everyone built with a bit of damage here, to kind of just do stuff for me overall. But obviously, the roast is really a pain in the bum overall. We can't even CC the roast anyway until Sifi's dead. We have to kill Sifi first. And then you can see here we got the AoE. Doesn't do much, in all fairness. Doesn't do much there either. So it's like, you know, I need a bit more accuracy on one of the laws. And yeah, so you can see here we're shaving them off, trying to get rid of that that Sifi much as possible, but you know, it's one of the ones. I went with the A1 again. Sifi goes down, and I'm thinking, GG. Now I've got a shot to finish this off, right? Because the Rodus overall are a bit more attainable now with no Sifi. You can see here we get a bit lucky. You got 166,000 on UDK there with no decreased defense whatsoever. And yeah, I think I switched to the AoE here because I know I can't one-shot Rose because of his passive ability. And then yeah, we just try and pick him off slowly and surely. Laura will probably die in a second if I remember correctly. Oh no, we do the AoE there, and it is the end, right? Bit close, but these are the damage coming in from the laws. So we got these two here, and then we got a bit of damage on him as well. So let me go show you the gear, and I'll show you how Mr. Grim does this like a pro and makes it look so easy. I understand it's not so easy, but you know, it's one of them ones you gotta keep going. It does get easier over time, and to be honest, I wish the rewards were just so much better. Anyway, so the speeds are coming in. We got 280 speed, we got 100% critical rate, 243 critical damage, extra 20% ignore defense. I'll speak about it enough of this channel. Speed, accuracy, a bit of an overkill, but we got coming in at 391, and then defense coming in at 5,800. You know, defense, do what you can there. I understand that all of you would be able to get this style of defense, but there is a lot of oil that could have been oiled here and glyphed, etc. For me, there's no masteries here as well, so you can definitely go ahead and do some masteries. If you're struggling, you know, go for that Fears of Presence for the extra 5% chance to try and stun people if you're struggling overall. But these are overall perfectly fine, like so. And then, you know, You know, I suppose most of you guys kind of got to count yourself lucky a little bit because like you guys got empowerment now, you've got live arena, great hall. What else do you have? Probably more blessings now, right? Like for me, like I didn't really have any blessings when I took on this content, started clearing it. This I was in here for hours. People tell you in my stream I was in here for hours and I was not happy bunny. I didn't really like this content. So I've been in your position and I understand how difficult this content is. Anyway, this guy is in your bolster set, which is very key to this. So we've got 94,000 here, 4,000 here, 311 speed, and then just that's about it really. Nothing else really to focus on. Got a bit of refresh for a bit of extra RNG for my side, and then again no masteries here. To be honest, you could take bolt work. I think a bit of extra defense. Bolt work, you soaking up that damage, especially against champions like what's his name on the second wave that killed me, JORRG. On that A1 that he was doing, then that definitely could be something you could work with as well. And then this guy does have blessings because because he's got masteries because I use him in overall content. He's got fierce presence because I run a stun set on him sometimes. But I actually like him more in this build now. This is like the new set I've kind of put together, which I'll show you in a second. Speed coming in at 274. It's worth noting that Orc needs 100% critical rate for the decreased defense or the attack down or something. Just read the kit, you'll see what I mean. And then we've got good HP. We've got good defense. I used to have him in a shield set, 100% critical rate, or he won't do the AoE stun on the second hit because it has to be a critical hit. And then we have again 354 accuracy as well. So we've gone for impulse and deflection. Now you could actually potentially take reflex and merciless as well if you got the bottom pieces. Generally depends up to you guys, especially if you've got some critical rate gloves here, it would be perfectly fine. I've got defense gloves here because I've been able to build 100% critical rate across this build overall, which is very, very juicy. It's nice to see that we got a live arena set starting to come into some of my builds. I farmed enough of it and I definitely don't have a lot of that gear. And I'm in gold 4. You guys probably see my videos all the time on that. So we've shown you like the core champions of the survivability. Let me show you the beautiful damage that we've been able to come in to basically make this look as easy as it did. So these are the damage masteries we're coming in with on ALURE. I can't remember why I took this, but there was a reason for it. I think they might be testing something on other content maybe, but it's definitely one of the masteries that doesn't make much sense. Now this one here, this has a extra 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit, so you can build 70% here if you really want to, if you're really desperate. And then you can also use him to increase your critical rate for these two abilities. I personally don't really care about the critical rate buff. I built the 100% in already, so it didn't really affect me, right? And I don't really like relying on a critical rate buff. But if you're desperate and you don't have the gear like I do, then yeah, that's something you can go ahead for. So attack, which is really, really important, coming in at 7,167, speed of 252, 100% critical rate, 247 critical damage, and then again accuracy coming in at 13, and then ignore defense of 20. Again, like stun sets are not really needed. You've got plenty of CC on your champions. You've got the sleep, you've got the stuns, and you've got the provoke as well. And then you're running the one per stun set overall. So don't sit there for like 6 hours running CC sets like I've seen many people doing. And I'm thinking to myself, just go in there and raw dog it, bro. Raw dog it. Anyway, coming in with a tag here of 6,222, speed of 230, ignore defense, critical damage coming in with 285, accuracy a bit low, should be 300 to be fair, but hey ho. speed coming in, accuracy coming in at 273, and then extra 20% ignore defense as well. As you can see here, they're both in merciless builds here. If you do have merciless, please take full advantage of it. It's definitely the better set than savage because cooldowns are so key. This video has gone on really long enough, so I don't want to make it too long. But if you guys are stuck on other rooms like S19, S21, S14, and S13, which are probably like the 3 difficult rooms here, we did all these in done the videos, all these already. I will be pinging these across the board, so go check that out as well. For this one, I didn't find this too hard, but I did take this out on stream. This should be still on my Twitch VOD as well. That's it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. There will be no more Cursed City videos for this month. I'll basically complete the whole of Cursed City. If you guys are also looking for a video for this, there is one in the YouTube playlist as well for this. I've been Grimreaper. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.